One thing I wanted to make clear that I'm not sure was completely clear in our first coding program is there's a requirement in Java. Whenever we write a line of code, the line of code has to end with a semicolon. And if it doesn't end with a semicolon, that's going to throw an error. And the code is not going to be able to compile, and we're not going to be able to run the code because that's the requirement from Java, that everything ends with a semicolon. I'm going to show what that looks like in BlueJ. So here's BlueJ. One thing about BlueJ too, if you remember, everything that we code in has to be in a class. And a class in a way is a file, but in Java, a class is where we put our code. One thing about BlueJ, let's call this instruction. By default, what it does is you can see it fills out all this code for us. It's trying to help us. But for us, what we're trying to do, we're trying to learn the fundamentals. And I'd say it's actually pretty good practice to start from blank so that you can muscle memory the basics of what you need to do to create your own stuff. So whenever we open up something in BlueJ, we're probably going to have to delete all that. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this class, and then I'm going to save it and then just duplicate it. And then so when I duplicate it, it's going to open it up already empty. But we'll see what that looks like later. I was talking about every command that we do has to end in a semicolon. So this is what this would look like. This is a command that we're going to understand later. And then boom, at the end, semicolon. If I want to do something different, I can do another line of code. Let me just copy this. And so we're seeing red. So so I did something incorrect. I know what I did incorrect. You guys might find out later, but the code has to be in a method. And if you remember, what we always have to run our code is this. And so we're keeping things simple. So most of what we write is going to be in this. And that's all we're going to concern ourselves with initially. So if I put that code that we wrote here, I'm not going to have those errors anymore. Then I can compile it. Compiling it, if you remember, is putting it into a form for Java to be able to execute it. And then you have to do that every single time you write something in a class. You have to compile it first before Java will be able to run it. And then if we go and run it, you can see that it printed it out. So yeah, just wanted to clarify, every line has to have a semicolon. I'll see you guys in the next video.